Hey Essentials families, I decided to put a video together just to explain your new 5th edition Essentials Guide. You received it in 3 separate parts that were individually shrink wrapped. The biggest one is the curriculum packet. Then you have your student packet and your solutions packet. And so I'm going to do 3 separate videos. And so I'm going to talk about the curriculum packet first. It's the largest. This is the meat of the program. So this is going to tell you all of the grammar information that you need to know. So first things first, I just kind of want to talk about how you receive it. It comes with its own tabs, which you have to put in on your own, but it's pretty self-explanatory. They're so easy. I love this feature about the new guide. You don't have to tab it yourself, and they're pretty sturdy, so that's nice. So the first, I think 30 pages, which is part of the introduction, are articles that just kind of tells you, why are you doing this? Why are we studying grammar? Why is this important? And just really good articles. I highly recommend you reading it. Then you have your scope and sequence. This is just kind of your roadmap telling you where you're going, what we're going to look at each week and study. Then you start in with week 1. And every week is going to have this awesome page that tells you exactly what we're doing, what charts we're working on, what parts of speech, and later on the sentence patterns when we actually start with one. And I'm going to skip ahead because there's not a whole lot in week 1. Let's go to week 6. So, like I said, it's going to tell you we're going to be working on charts G and H, and I'll discuss the charts in the next video. It's going to tell you our sentence structure, the weekly sentences, our sentence pattern, the punctuation and spelling rules, everything you need to know, just kind of an overview. Then you're going to turn the page. It's going to talk about the chart that we're working on that week and explaining that. Then it's going to talk to you about the topic, which for week 6, it happens to be coordinating conjunctions. And again, the other chart that we're working on, it's explaining it, showing you examples. And you need to read all of this. I really feel like it will be most helpful if you read it before you come to community. That way the information won't be new. You won't be hearing it for the first time. You'll have some idea of what it means. Then you have your spelling list if you choose to do the essential spelling. Then you have, this is kind of what we're going to go over in community. And this is what you're suggested to do at home. So it totally guides you through everything you need to know. And then at the end, there's a Latin connection. So back to these tabs, there's 24 weeks. So after you get through week 24, the next tabs cover the spelling and punctuation. Then you have the glossary, and this just defines our terms. So it's pretty helpful if you're new and you're like, what is a collective noun? Well, there is the definition for you. And then this is really important. This is our weekly sentences. So every week, starting with week 3, you have weekly sentences. In first years, the expectation is that you just do the first 3. The sentences 4 and 5 have concepts that first years have not learned yet. So you don't need to worry about those. And there will be more sentences on CC Connected in the Essentials page, in the Essentials portal for you to do. So I highly recommend that. I make a copy of these sentences and put them in my student binder. That is going to be part 3 of these videos, but just keep in mind, I make a copy of this. So you turn on to the analytical task. You have an abbreviation sheet. This lets you know all the abbreviations that we use in Essentials, because every sentence example that we do and that your kids will do, we parse it, which means we label every word in the sentence. And all of these things are possible options for what we might need to label it. So I make a copy of this as well to put it in my student binder just until they learn them, so they know how to label their sentences. When you turn the page, there are 6 analytical tasks that we go through to work on a sentence. And all 6 of them are explained right here. And then they go further in depth, just to help you understand how to do it. So at the end of this is the analytical task sheet. There will be a blank one in the student packet, and you will want to make copies or put one of these in a shop ticket holder or laminate it so your student can write and erase pretty easily, because they will use this. And this is just an example. It tells you how the analytical task sheet is filled out. This is also an example of the quid et quo, which they all have, the blanks of these are in their student packet. So that is the curriculum part. It is pretty easy to do. I have it, I think this is a 2-inch binder, and it just happens to be like one of these really thick and sturdy binders that I think I got it for like $10 on Amazon, but it had my 4th edition guide in it, and so it was just easy to use for this 5th edition. So really excited about the curriculum guide, and you're gonna love the tabs. Okay, stay tuned. I'm going to talk about the solutions packet next.